Coinbase, valued at $86 billion in what the New York Times calls a landmark moment for crypto. Coinbase's valuation soared in the first public listing of a major cryptocurrency company. Their stocks began at $381 a share, a 52% increase over the $250 reference price set by NASDAQ on Tuesday. The stock swung as low as $310 and as high as $429. The price ended the day at $328 a share for Coinbase, valuing the company at $85.7 billion, more than 10 times its last valuation as a private company. Adam McBride, did you buy the Coinbase IPO? Do you suggest people buy it? Was it good for Bitcoin?
Hey, if you could get in at a reasonable price, anything close to the initial offer, of course you're all in. Look, hey, $1 billion isn't what it used to be, right? I'm old enough to know when $1 billion actually meant something. If you want to understand that we are in an inflationary cycle, all we talk about is $1 billion now. $1 million is nothing. $1 billion is nothing now. Like, we're looking at it, $1 billion is nothing. It's amazing. But I do think Coinbase, the value isn't necessarily Bitcoin or anything like that. The value is that Coinbase is going to be the principal on-ramp for most people in America getting into cryptocurrencies. That's where the value lies. You see other smart movers coming into the space. The way PayPal's doing it right now. I mean, if you've seen the ads for PayPal, go on, buy it at as little as $1 of Bitcoin. And I think that's super smart. So I like the way PayPal's moving into the space as well. Obviously, it's not an exchange, but just getting the average American into crypto, that is where Coinbase's value lies, and it has a big moat. I know people are saying, oh, the other exchanges that are outside of the U.S., but getting and being in the U.S. has a tremendous amount of value, and so I'm a buyer of Coinbase right now.
Dan, Eve.
Yeah, well, I think it looked like it was going south. It had a low of like 310, but it shot up to 429, which I think valued at about 111 billion. Then ended at 328, and then last time I checked, it was 340. Now, there's obviously some value there, and the IPO or the listing, because they didn't actually. The cool thing, in a way, if everyone hates Coinbase, but they didn't IPO. It was direct to market, which is kind of cool because it meant they didn't go to private investors first, and people load their bags and then they dump on the retail. So at least retail got to get straight in there. But the publicity obviously did it well. And it's number 2 on the App Store date over 24 hours, past TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, second to Robinhood. So that's obviously, it's a good thing for the Bitcoin ecosystem because it brings more people to Bitcoin, and obviously eventually we want people running their nodes and being fully financially self-sovereign. But until it's easier for the noobs, they'll use something like Coinbase, and people at least are learning about Bitcoin and getting involved in some way. The funny thing I saw today, which you always see like the Ethereum giveaways, like an Elon Musk full of Ethereum giveaways, for example. Now, Coinbase are doing a giveaway today, and it literally sounds like identical to an Ethereum one. To celebrate Coin, I didn't catch that. Oh, sorry, Siri. Oh, geez. To celebrate Coin, we're giving away 1.5 million in Bitcoin. Sign up, blah blah blah. It smacks of free Ethereum giveaway. To celebrate X, I'm doing, but fair play. They're going to give more Bitcoin out. And ultimately, what was the thing you used to do when it was like really cheap? You'd give someone some Bitcoin. You'd be like, oh, they won't kind of feel the impact of Bitcoin until I give them $5 worth, and they see that $5 grow. Obviously, no one wants to do it now because they're too busy hodling. But at least it's spreading the word, and like it or lump it, Coinbase is getting Bitcoin out there to more people. So, hurrah for Bitcoin.
I think Dan hit a real good point there, which is the individual at this point in time. The idea of wallets and holding your own coins is beyond the pale for 95% of people in the United States of America. Easily not. It's probably 99%. So what Dan just touched on right there, that people can get into crypto with the security of that third party, is really important, and it's a big deal for the movement of Americans into crypto.
Well, and this might not be a thing that traditional Bitcoiners like or libertarians like, but I agree with you guys. It's an easy way to get into Bitcoin. It's a trusted way. When I thought about it, I was like, Coinbase, you know, I've never had them steal all the money like Cryptsy or BTCE or Mt. Gox or any of these other exchanges I've dealt with. So just on a trust level, and yeah, they've had mistakes in the past for sure, but they seem pretty trustworthy. Josh Chagall, your thoughts on the Coinbase direct listing?
Yeah, what I find really fascinating was the whole BNB play compared, because BNB went with the ICO method years ago, and watching the value of BNB trying to either get manipulated up to like the same market value, you know, they're sitting at almost 80 billion and trying to sort of battle this out and go, yeah, we don't need this, you know, establishment Wall Street crud. We've got, you know, we're true crypto people. We're doing our ICO. So that was fascinating. But the thing with Coinbase is that I feel that if I was an investor, I always look at switching cost, and what is the switching cost for them? Of course, it's basically old school, sort of disgusting version of capitalism where they lobby the government to create more and more moats, regulatory moats around themselves to stop any, you know, and that's where the value actually lies, is by force of government saying, no one else is allowed to compete with Coinbase. And that gives them this protection from switching costs. So there lies the switching cost for Americans to jump in, which is unfortunate, because then you get worse and worse products as less and less competition happens. But we'll see what happens. I mean, like you said, Coinbase has never been hacked, apart from the IRS and that hacked them. And you know, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
All right, moving on to the exit question. Who will IPO next? Will it be another exchange, another category of crypto? Is it crypto season on the stock market? Adam McBride.
Ooh, is there any way we can get Doge to IPO? Because I'd be in on that one. Is there any way we can get that to happen? Honestly, I have no idea who's gonna IPO next. I'm sure there's gonna be a rush. They're all gonna try, right? I mean, I've never seen an IPO, or I guess a listing cycle. It's not really IPOs. These guys are all doing direct listings. I've never seen a cycle like this. The bubble is everywhere. It's not only in crypto, it's in NFTs, it's in the stock market, it's in new companies. I've talked about it a bit on my channel. The idea of flying taxis, doing a SPAC and raising $200 billion. This is crazy town. We're in crazy town. So it's magic time. And so if people can make it happen, they're going to try. Just be careful out there on what you're investing in, because a lot of this stuff is going to go down or go to zero.
Dan, Eve.
I think I'm not sure about IPOs, but I'm expecting to see a lot more. And this was kind of theorized in 2017, or it spoke about, and it never really, during the ICO craze, and it didn't really materialize. But a lot more companies that are crypto companies that are doing reverse mergers and taking over existing companies, and then you're taking advantage of the licenses they already have. So maybe something like that. I mean, maybe I can't imagine Binance would do an IPO, although they started doing something interesting, which is fractional shares. So you can get, I think Tesla was the first thing listed, so you could buy a fractional share of Tesla. But just going back very quickly on Coinbase specifically, I think they announced that they're doing, not that I'm advertising for them, but just for the appeal of an end user, the Ethereum 2 staking, they're doing like 6%, and they all do other sort of stuff that's got yields. The best thing you can get, like Virgin Money gives 2%. So crypto is just crapping. All the yields that you're getting is just crapping on existing banks. And people are going to go, why stay with HSBC when my money's only protected to 80K anyway? And that interest rate that I'm going to get on whatever is going to be minuscule compared to what I get. So I don't know. I don't know who's going to IPO, but I want to see more crypto companies just smashing these existing infrastructure in via better rates, but better security and more public trust.